FIVB Beach Volleyball and the SWATCH World Tour returns. This week we're in Grand Slam mode. We're in Shanghai on China's east coast. So a packed crowd here at the Shanghai Jinshan City Beach Stadium, all ready to see whether it will be China or Brazil who takes the first Grand Slam gold of this 2012 season. A 2012 season that has, as its highlight, of course, the beach volleyball Olympic final on Horse Guards Parade in London. Well, the weather today isn't very London-like at all. It's certainly Shanghai-like. It's very, very nice indeed. 30 degrees, 25 down on the sand. Humidity is climbing up. I can tell you we have plenty of supporters, as you can see, packed into this arena, ready to see their favourites, the Chinese #1 seeds for this tournament, Xue-Zhang and Xue-Zhang Xi, up against these two. In green today from Brazil, Talita-Antonelli, alongside Talita-Antonelli. Both of them who have been in every single final so far, 3 weeks into this SWATCH 2012 World Tour. Talita's now 29. He's 23 years of age. Xue-Zhang seems to have been around for an eternity. 1.89 m, probably considered just about the best blocker around at the moment. Playing alongside a 27-year-old Xue-Zhang Xi. 1.84 m, 70 k's she weighs in at. Both looking very mean and very lean, into their top period of form, perhaps ever. So they played a final together in Brazil. Chinese the winners when the Brazil were at home on that occasion. And Brazil returned the favour and win in front of the Chinese public against the Chinese side. Time to meet the referees. In charge from Australia today. It's hello to Catriona Tweedy. She's our first referee. And the second referee comes from Egypt. School teacher from Portside. It's Amina El Stegani. All ready to see Brazil introduced then. Winners in Sanya last week, already won one of the Chinese events. Julian Larissa in the final there. They have 8 gold medals to the name, 2 silvers. Today they'll be hoping to introduce another number into that first column. Maria wears 1. She's the defender and probably top server as well on a day in this team. Doing the blocking will be Talita-Antonelli BRA. Played together since 2009, those two in green. Three times continental champions now, ready to be introduced. Xue-Zhang, there's 1. Huge round of applause from those who have come in to watch the host nation play today. China playing in blue this afternoon, by the way. And Xue-Zhang Xi is wearing 2. So Brazil to start from the left-hand side. It will be Maria Antonelli to get us underway with the serve. So first Grand Slam final of the season, first of 8 of them. Shanghai upgraded from Open to Grand Slam status. Here we go with Antonelli to serve. Great serve to start us off as well. Well, absolutely brilliant from Antonelli. It's short, it was moving, and it was pretty much impossible for Xue-Zhang to do much about it. Antonelli to go once more. They really are on top form at the moment. They're back to their 2009 form, it seems, where they were in the final of just about most events. A dip in 2010, back quite regularly last year. As we see the Chinese side out. There is Zhang Xi. Cross court in towards Talita. She'll now rise. On the line, Zhang's there. Oh, in between the antenna as well. Wonderful stuff. Now Talita to hit. Second chance she wasn't going to miss. All credit though to Zhang for that wonderful piece of defence in the first part of the rally. Certainly started off well. Interesting bits of play. Talita, first look of her on serve, floats it over as per usual. Time aiming for Zhang. Squeezes it beyond the block. Up to 2-2 straight away. Of course, expect this one to be a real battle. Major surprise if we don't go to 3 sets here. We're already at 1 meeting this year in Brazil. Zhang for Xue-Zhang, who makes a rare unforced error. That really is a gift for the Brazilians. Antonelli to the line, 3-2 up now. Well, Xue-Zhang plays at it when perhaps she shouldn't have done. Communication breakdown between the Chinese team. And it's allowed a very, very useful early lead for Brazil. Antonelli doing all the damage here on her serve. This time Xue-Zhang makes no mistake. Antonelli's there, counter-attack time again. Her chance to put more on the clock, and she does. 5-2. And this is a very, very useful start for Brazil. That's not to be expected. Xue-Zhang and Zhang Xi leading the head-to-head between these two teams, by the way. 20th meeting between these two on the Swatch Tour today. 12 victories for the Chinese previously, that's the 7 for the Brazilians. Of course, the Chinese making that last meeting 2 weeks ago in Brazil. That's great defending by Antonelli. It really has started strongly today. But as soon as that happens, the commentator's curse strikes, and she'll hit one straight into the net. It's a thankful side out for the Chinese. They'll be happy with what they've seen there. Zhang. Antonelli has work to do here, and to avoid the net as well. Reception pretty poor, has to be said, from Talita. It was a good poke to take advantage of it. 6-3. Here's Zhang Xi. Oh, Antonelli scrambling. Foot stuck and anchored to the floor there. Antonelli and Talita contesting their 31st semi-final from 44 tournaments together. It is Antonelli, looks for Talita. Strong hit cross court. Very elegant spiker, Talita. Technically gifted player. Well, that was close. Very close. Antonelli's wondering, was it in? Catriona tweeted, the referee says that's out. Certainly looked close from up here. Two points the difference. Talita. Antonelli to hit. There's Xue-Zhang. That is a real block. And that's the moment of liftoff for the Chinese. Back to it in a point. huge sort of play that can really give your side a G up, just on the line. Zhang Xi. Antonelli, clever cutting. It's a good moment to make that for the Brazilians as well, just ensures they return their 2-point lead. Xue-Zhang. Talita looking round, hoping to see a partner there, but she was waiting further on in the deep court. Seven, 8 then. Early 3-point lead for the Brazilians, back down to 1. Xue-Zhang. Flat, solid serve, well dealt with by Talita. Ensure she gets the block out. And just make sure that Brazil's still in charge. Talita-Antonelli leading the early season World Tour rankings. Just 60 points ahead of Xue-Zhang and Zhang Xi. 1,140 for those Brazilians. 1080. The number for those wearing the Chinese shirts. Well kept down by Antonelli there. Oh, brilliant. Really, really clever stuff again from Xue-Zhang. Reach and timing. Antonelli. Cut doesn't work for her. There's Chen. Oh, Antonelli setting up, but Talita getting it wrong. Pretty angry with herself because that is the point that lets the Chinese in level again. Zhang. There's Talita. Antonelli hitting. Chance for Zhang to hit herself. It's hard, it's precise. China now motoring. Ahead here for the first time in the match now, 10-9. And just before we get a technical timeout, it's a great time to play yourself into the match. Nervy little start. But Zhang and Xue are on the money now. Antonelli, Talita over in 2. Chance for a counter-attack. Here's Zhang. That's 11-9. And the momentum continues to thrust in favour of China. Hence there's some pretty happy smiling faces in that crowd. Upset this time from Talita. Xue gets it right. Xue-Zhang's poke. Talita diving around, getting the touch, but it was very difficult. 12-9. I think it was Antonelli, pardon me. Antonelli heard a hand there. Trying to turn around and make the correct touch. Hard to make the pass from that difficult position. Full time out, done with then. Close, but just beyond. Good leave in the end. Brings Talita on the serve now. Float serve straight down the line. Xue-Zhang. Here's Antonelli now. Got the touch. Well, that's a good point. Point off serve Brazil was desperately needed really in this first set. Just to make sure they get some foothold back on the scoreboard really. Good block by Talita. Stronger hit again. Now it's Antonelli. Oh, wonderfully played cross court. A thunderbolt from the Brazilians. And suddenly, they're back level. Oh, what a start to this final. Said it would be close, said it'd be tense and tight. And the drama is really starting to show. It's called the first timeout of this final. It's done from the Chinese team. Just perhaps sensing that there was a danger moment coming. 3 points on the spin, momentum building and gathering. Chinese wishing to put a stop to that. Quite sensibly so as well. Talita and Antonelli have contested both finals so far. 8th gold medal together, picked up in Shanghai. So timeout up the way. Will it have affected this Brazilian team's momentum? Both these teams, by the way, unbeaten this week. Both of them winning every set they've played. So somebody has to lose the first set of the week here. Who would it be? China's side out. Antonelli to hit down the line. Highly important for them. A couple of side outs exchanged, takes the score on to 13-all. Talita and Antonelli only lost this season so far for the Chinese team. The Chinese team only lost against Juliana Larissa. One loss each. Oh, great takedown. Oh, Talita down there with a touch. Just wasn't good enough. The placement absolutely perfect from the Chinese team. Remember, top seed here. Look at the seeding system. Right, in inverted commas, two teams have got to the final. Xue-Zhang and Zhang Xi seeded first. Antonelli and Talita second seeds. It's a lead, just about a good one, not by far. That was close. all. See Talita seeing the funny side of that, walking across the net. She knows that perhaps wasn't the best decision to leave it. And look at it. Very good decision, perhaps. And the fact that eventually just squeezed out. Talita getting a touch, frustrated with herself. Can't find those good hands. Made a blocking position, all right. Time to jump well. Xue-Zhang gets lucky. Immediately apologises. That could be a crucial point in this match, certainly in the set. Means that China has a 2-point lead. Referee up at the technical timeout, but it's timeout proper now, called by Brazil. Chinese have already used theirs. It worked to an extent for them. The Brazilians continuing that early momentum. They know exactly what they need to do. Just can they execute it against these two top players? I said in the semi-final earlier on today that these two really have to be considered as within the top 2 or 3 favourites for the Olympic Games. Disappointed at the test event last year in London. Maybe they're saving their best till the actual Olympic year itself. In the last 12 to 18 months, they have been improving. Always a very talented team, just not consistent enough until the last season, really. Nice push by Talita. It was well read, though. Zhang's going to have a chance to finish off, and she does. 17-14. China now on course for the first set. Here's Xue-Zhang. Talita to hit, long, a big error from the Brazilians, and it's going from bad to worse now. A great chance. Xue-Zhang serving to Talita, trying to compound the misery. Talita makes sure she gets a side up. Albeit off a block out from Xue-Zhang. We still need to feel they're still in the game, despite the score that's not looking good from their perspective. The Chinese players playing at the same ball again. So we saw the early part of this first set. Finally they're able to recover. The side out means that they can now go 19 points to 15. Good hit by Talita, well read. Chance here for Zhang. Oh dear. Oh, what a move that would have been had it been finished off. Well, the applause around is for the effort. Great bit of defending. Failed to turn it well into attack though. Xue-Zhang down to the line. That brings up the set point now. Service towards Antonelli, looks to rise, gets it back, and that is a hard hit if you ever saw one. Off against one of the best defenders in the game in Zhang Xu. No chance for the Chinese. Still 3 set points though for the number 1 seeds. Antonelli has to get everything right now. Xue-Zhang's going to have the first chance. Down the line, there it is. China take the lead in this final. Brazil losing the first set that they've lost all week. China though, who've overcome some big teams to get here. Beating Julian Larissa in the semi. Up in the final though, against another Brazilian team. They're 21-17 up, halfway there in this first Grand Slam of the So set one comes to an end. All ready for the second now. China hoping to continue the momentum they started to pick up in the second end of that first set. Zhang Xi gets it right, just a little bit lucky with the serve as well. Talita there has a chance to respond and does so. Important for the Brazilian confidence that they continue to find their own bits of momentum. But they, periods in that first set, looked pretty comfortable as well. In the early part of it, had a comfortable lead. So it slipped though. Antonelli serving from well behind the line there. Comes in to take up a defensive position. But it's the wrong one as far as that play is concerned. Talita was supposed to be blocking cross court. And had the ball beyond. Because Antonelli had taken up a line position. It was easy enough for it to be slipped into the open play. Brazil. Talita drops it short, picked up by Xue-Zhang. Xue getting the better of Talita. So cross-court block if it goes over to Antonelli here, line towards Talita. She said she was going to block cross court. Unable to do so. Both these sides starting the season so well. And something has to give between them. A minute the Chinese in front. Good serve by Antonelli. There's a take home again. Xue-Zhang with work to do. It's more up. There's Talita! And that is a Brazilian lead. That is quite wonderfully played. Antonelli now serves again. What's more, it's decent. Chinese in all sorts of problems here. Talita hits 5-2. In a very similar start now to what we saw in set one. Brazilians opening up an early lead. Chinese are looking a little nervous. No reason that they should continue to do so. Certainly given the way they played once they settled down in the first set. Antonelli. Zhang. Talita with a good resistance. Zhang will try again. Sims will have another chance to make it 6-2. Oh, well. What happened? Antonelli has to be left extremely disappointed with that. Lack of control. Almost a lack of contact even. 5-3, Xue-Zhang. China still points to make up in the second, but they have a set in the bag, remember. Antonelli out to Talita. What about hitting it on two there, Antonelli? Talita's go. Zhang. Chance to get another set. Points back. There's Chen. And it's well won by Talita. Time and time again during that point she rose and did a job each time. 6-3. Back to them too. Talita-Antonelli. Talita. Denied by Zhang. Oh, that's easy. No resistance at the net this time. And again, in a very, very, very similar pattern to the way we saw the first set evolve. Seen China straight back into it. Quality eventually shows through. Really taking nothing away from the quality of these two excellent Brazilian players. The top team in the world after two events. The Xue-Zhang, that's level, 6-6. Brazilians look at each other and ask the same question, where were you? Oh, missing, whilst it was an easy finish for Xue-Zhang. Taking up similar defensive positions. Not covering the court at all. Beach volleyball, hot game physically, only two aside. That was close again. Zhang Xi, not the first time she's been so close and yet so far. Well, Talita, and he get right. In the end, though, they signal it's number one to serve. Talita wasn't supposed to be serving in the first place, so it won't count. Antonelli will now serve. This time, quite inevitably, I think it was always going to happen. And it was always going to annoy the Brazilians. Dear, error at the refereeing table down there. Certainly frustrating for Talita, who thought she got an ace. 7-7 then. Chance of China from the crowd. Long from Xue-Zhang. Oh, brilliant play. Wonderfully done. Oh, they're hanging in there. Brazilians keep putting pressure on to try and reopen that lead. First it was Xue-Zhang in roles reverse time there. Over on two from Zhang seeing the opportunity and taking it. And for Talita. 9-8. It's close, it's tense, it's tied again. Well, that was unlucky. Talita again, wanting a little more help from a partner. Beaten in the rise. China managing to side out for 9-all. Here we go again. Talita looking around what she'd got the first touch. Unable to find the pass there. Xue-Zhang. Antonelli to hit. Zhang. Here's Xue. Dogfight for that one. Not too much conventional play, nobody blocking at the net for either side. Couple of chances. Talita had the best. 10-9 with Talita to serve, and it will be Talita to serve this time. Xue-Zhang takes down. Chance to hit from just behind the net. And it was a set that perhaps put her in trouble. Going long, Brazil having a 2-point lead. Up to the last point now before the technical timeout. An important point pulled back by China. Technical timeout, 11-10 now. So some nervous faces. Look up at the VIP box. I can tell you that Mr. Wei, the FIVB president, is in town as well, casting his eye over this match. Both these Brazilian and Chinese team already into the second match of the day. It's hot, it's humid. Trying to take on some fluid, of course. Much needed. The 2012 season just started. Really so much travelling and so many air miles picked up. Brazil to Sanya. Then on to Beijing at the end of today. Here's Xue-Zhang Xi. Pump up for Talita. Oh, brilliant play. Brazilian 2-point lead is restored. Xinchen. Chance to hit down the line. Talita all mixed up there. Arms flung out, desperately trying to get some sort of contact on the ball. Xue-Zhang in towards Antonelli. Rises, looks to get a hit. There is Xue. There was the block, but it's out. A nervous scramble across the court from Talita. I think she might have been on the back end at that point. Zhang. Here's Zhang to hit. Touch off Talita. So China will come back to within a point again. The longer this side out goes on, though, the more it will favour Brazil. Close to that magic 21 mark. Those 2 points intact if they can. And just side out for that lead. Big block. No side out. 13 all. Now, if there was ever a test of the Brazilians' mental game and resolve here, this was it. Pegged back to 13 all. This is where China went ahead in the first set again. Antonelli uses all of her experience. 44 tournaments together, Talita-Antonelli in 3 full seasons now. This is their 4th. Teamed up at the start of the last Olympic cycle. Peel back from Talita. Antonelli's chance. It's good tactics from the Brazilians. Xue-Zhang's there. And despite the desperate touches from the Brazilians, China once again side out for 14 all. Been a battling performance from both sides, this. And I to the technical ability they've both shown us. And they've a very entertaining stuff. Each one getting the touch. Just not the correct contact on the ball. Talita. Antonelli the hit cross court. There's Zhang. Talita wanting a second touch from Antonelli. Feet rooted into the sand. 15-14. China now ahead. Chinese team, remember, Haven't won this tournament since 2006, their first win together. So timeout taken by the Brazilians. Chinese still with theirs in hand, by the way. 15-14 China leader, set up as well, as that is right on the line. There was a touch anyway, so had it gone beyond, it would have still have counted. Brings Talita to the line. That's poor from a player of her experience and caliber as well. Chinese team who trained in Sanya, the venue of Talita-Antonelli's victory last week. Talita-Antonelli train themselves in the beach volleyball mecca of Rio de Janeiro. Already for the Olympic Games in a few years' time. Got the right ace to still be going then. 16 all. No real clear way that this set's going yet. Both sides being tested to the limit. That's long. And that is a very, very close lever game. We've seen so many of those in this match. Hot and mouse time for the relative sets of coaches, fans and players as they watch to see it hit either side. Of course, or indeed on the line, which will be in. Xue-Zhang serves, targets Talita this time. They're up on this opposite side. There's Xue-Zhang with the block, and that could be a match-winning block, and even a Grand Slam winning block. 18-16. What a time to come up with it. Had Talita right in the corner, fixed up against that antenna. Quickly to the line, wants to keep this momentum going. Talita again the target. Once more they're going to be up in that corner. This time, is there room? Referee says yes. Squeeze through in a hit of vital importance there for the Brazilians. Had they failed to make that, then it really would have been game over, I think. Long serve by Talita. Zhongxi's chance, looks to the left and finds it. Lovely little cut shot. 19-17. It's Brazil now who must find something different. First of all, they need a side out though. Good serve. Making the side out difficult. There's Talita though, finishing it off. Chinese both backpedaling. So there is the side out. Now it's time to follow it up with a point off serve. Otherwise the Chinese will get match point. Becomes very important here. Line block signal. And there it is. Talita peeling off. Match point is brought up. 21-17 in the first. It's been a little tighter here in the second. 20-18. China with 2 match points to take the first Grand Slam of the season. Xue-Zhang. There's Antonelli. There's the hit. Great defense by Zhongxi. Talita again, no mistake allowed, it's into the net, there's the title! Twice they've met in finals this year. Chinese, twice winners. They won in Brazil, and they've now picked up the first Grand Slam title of the season. 21-17, 21-18, the two formed teams of 2012 so far meeting, and the Chinese victorious here in Shanghai for the first time since 2006. They talked of all the pressure that was on them before this match. Now they've done it in front of their home crowd. And Xue-Zhang Xi victorious.